Hey everyone!
Hello, this is Delayed Till Green. I'm one of your hosts, Freddie Green.
And I'm Collin Delayed.
And we just went and saw Edge of Tomorrow.
Starring Tom Cruise.
And Emily Blunt. Now, this movie, this is your second time watching it,
This is my
right?
second time seeing it.
Yeah, no. Second time watching it, I just went done watching it. We saw it with a couple people. They're gone, but now we're going to do a review for you people. I thought it was very interesting.
Very good movie.
It was. I liked it a lot. I mean, when I first saw the trailers, I didn't know what to make of it, but it's good. Now, Colin, what is this movie about? Why don't you explain it to the people?
Tom Cruise, he plays a general where he is forced to go into war when he doesn't want to. So he's kind of like the wimpy guy. As he goes into war, this creature, this is really rare, kills him and puts some of his DNA into Tom Cruise. And every time Tom Cruise dies in the war, he wakes up and he starts there all over again. Tom Cruise needs to save the world from this alien invasion. We have to keep going over and over again until he gets things right.
Very well said. So yeah, it's now we've seen it before. It's one of those repeated death movies where it's like Source Code. You ever seen that great movie?
It's kind of like
very underrated.
It's kind of like a combination of like Groundhog Day.
Yep.
Kind of like Halo a bit. Well, it's like a video game.
Well, it kind of reminded me of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare with the suits. Never mind, we're getting off track.
Yeah.
So, basically what he just said. Now, a couple of things that I like about this movie. First off, I love the way this film is shot.
Yeah, definitely. I like it how with most of these like action movies like Transformers or something like that, it's all like close up and you can't really see what's happening.
This is a very beautifully shot film.
Yeah, it's really, even though you're seeing the same scene over again, it doesn't get that repetitive.
No, that's one of my biggest problems with these type of movies, but I think they did it. They fix it in each time there's always something new to see.
Yeah, and how they skip the kind of things that like, oh, they show you it once and then they don't show it again, or they go, you see a scene where Tom Cruise already played out the scene multiple times, so you see like the right part.
Yeah, but they patched it together really well. It's not like all like you don't really understand what's going on. I think they did it very well. I think Tom Cruise did an excellent job as what's his name? Sheldon Cage.
I gotta say though, with like because like some people they compare this to Oblivion, which it's not the same movie.
I never saw that movie. It's interesting.
It's an okay movie, but it's like Tom Cruise playing Tom Cruise. This one, he's not playing the same kind of character he is. He's more of a wimp. He's not really like the heroic guy in the beginning who knows what he's doing and all like serious. In the beginning, it's kind of a comedy.
Well, in the beginning, I wouldn't go fast. I know there's definitely some humorous points throughout the whole movie, and it keeps it like a little bit. But what I like about it is that you're right. He, like Tom Cruise, he's known for like Mission Impossible and Oblivion. He doesn't know what he's doing at the beginning. He really doesn't. He doesn't know where the safety is on the gun. It's just really interesting to see him.
He does it. It's really interesting to see him as
in that type of character.
He's forced into a situation he does not want to be in, no matter how hard he tries. And it's just really humorous in the beginning.
But one of the best things about this movie is that each time he dies, he starts to learn more, and by the end, he just becomes this badass.
Yeah, he becomes a badass where he knows exactly what he's doing. Like I said, I compare this to a video game because you keep dying and reset and you do better each time.
Yeah, reminds me a lot of Dark Souls.
Yeah,
I know you're not a big fan of that game. It kind of scares you a little bit. But me and my friend.
Now, what didn't you like about this movie?
No, I do a very good movie. I do have a couple complaints. There are some loopholes. Like that, in the way that something just happened and it doesn't really make sense how that happened. I'm not gonna spoil much, but like
don't do any spoilers.
I'm not gonna make any spoilers, Con. I got this. Yeah, there's some loopholes, definitely, and I feel like the other soldiers that are with them, they're not really fleshed out. And I know it's kind of hard in a repeated death thing where they're pretty much there to die over and over again, but I feel like they could have put in a little more effort into it. They're just there for maybe some wisecracking jokes here and there, and then they die pretty much over and over and over and over and over again. It's not a spoiler, you know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree with that. How the other soldiers that you don't really remember their names, they're not fleshed out. In the beginning, I kind of thought that was a good idea they didn't flesh it out because they gave it more focus on Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
Well, they're very well developed.
Yeah, they were developed, but yeah, I agree with you. They could have expanded on those characters that you didn't really know much about. Well, to me, as like a second viewing, I would say my two complaints are it doesn't have that much of a oh, I watch this again, because you know how it's gonna end. As much as like I enjoyed it the second time, it's not as good because you know the outcome. As much as like you still remember the funny parts.
Well, wouldn't that be like any other movie there?
Yeah, but with this one, how it's the same scene over and again, and you know, like,
yeah. I did feel like it started to drag on a bit towards the end.
And I gotta say, the ending to me, that's what kind of made me give it probably a lower score than one might think, because it kind of gets to where, again, no spoilers, it kind of gets to where, okay, it's dragging a bit, and I found the ending a bit confusing. It wasn't really like the clear cut, and this is what happened, the day is saved, and clap everyone. It kind of just ended.
What? It was, I feel like with these repeated like loop movies, there's always going to be that problem, like source code. I didn't understand what what happened.
Yeah, I don't. But
like, maybe that's a good way to watch it again, but I thought the ending, gonna have to disagree with you there. I thought it was good. They cut the things. Good ending.
Yeah. Okay, so now I think any other information you want to add about it?
I'm lovely.
Okay, so now how would you rate this film?
I get this film a green light. I definitely recommend you go see it. Yeah, I mean, it's got some problems, but I think it's one of the most underrated movies of the summer. Sleeper hit. Yeah. Definitely give you the green light. Go ahead, go watch it, baby. I agree. I think it's a green light. So I would definitely recommend you go out and see it if you haven't seen it. Now, like, it's like a number scale. What would you give this? Number scale? I'd give it a solid 8.5. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not outstanding, but I thoroughly enjoyed it from beginning to end. I feel like a lot of people should go see this movie because there's a lot of work put into it, especially special effects, cinematography. I'm big into cinematography, and just the way it's shot, beautiful. Actor Emily Blunt, Tom Cruise, really good. Just a well-made movie. Definitely go check it out. Yeah, I agree with you. My score might be a bit lower, is the fact that this is my second time seeing it. It did really drag by the end. Yeah. I would give this like a 7.75. Almost an 8, but I just couldn't give that 8. As much I love this film, how probably the second time I liked it, because like I said, well, that's gonna happen with movies if you see it over and over again. But I found it with this one, like how, for example, say X-Men. I've seen that one the second time. I liked it just as much. He didn't see it. He doesn't like X-Men for some reason. And with this one, again, I like this movie. Definitely, green light, definitely go and see it. Everyone, it's been getting like these kind of reviews. I'm like, we're out here. I understand why everyone loves it. I love it. Just 7.75, which isn't a bad rating. No, not at all. I respect your course, Colin. Well, it's about that time. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. Yeah. Colin, thank you for reviewing this movie with me. I appreciate it. Have a good night, fellas. I'll see you next time. This is Delayed Till Green.